Okay, so I'm going to do number 6. So essentially, when we're looking for no solution, we're looking for the same slope but different y-intercepts. So for part A, we have 5a plus 2a plus a. So 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. So we have 8a. Then for our y-intercept, we have -1 and 5, so that's 7. Sorry, that's 4. It's plus 4. Then for our other side, we have 9a plus 3a, so that's 12a. 12a minus 5a is going to be 7a. So right now, I know that there's going to be exactly one solution because their slopes are the same, are different, therefore they will intersect in exactly one place. We're not going to answer that. So for our next one, we have 2a plus 9a, so that is a total of 11a. Then we have 1 minus 7 for -6, plus 5 for -6 plus 5 is -1. 6a plus 8a is 14a. 14a minus 3a is 11a. Oh, so this might be, so they have the same slope, and so we have -13 plus 2. -13 plus 2 is -11. We have different slopes, sorry, the same slope, different y-intercepts, so that works. That has no solution. So here we have 8a plus 10a, so that's, sorry, 8a plus 2a is 10a. We have -5 minus 6 plus 18, so -5 plus minus 6 is -11. -11 plus 18 is going to be -7. So then over here we have -3 plus 13a, so that is 10a. So they have the same slope, they have the same y-intercept, then they overlap. So that would be infinite solutions. So we have 17a, right? There's 17 minus 10 is -7. These have the same slope and the same y-intercept. That means there are two lines right on top of each other, which means there is an infinite number of solutions. Doesn't count for this. So then for D, we have 12 minus 12, well, it's 0. And we have we have 4a minus 3a, which is 1a, 1a plus 5a, which is 6a, is equal to, and over here we have 16 minus, well, that's 16, so that's 0. Oh, that's promising. -2a plus 2a is also 0. That's going to have exactly one solution where a is 0. So let's look at this one. We have -3a minus 12a, so that is -15a. -15a plus 6a is 9a. Plus 5 minus 10 is -5, is equal to -7 plus 2 is -5. -5 minus 4 is -9. Oh, geez. That's a negative because we had a -15 plus 6. So we have the same slope. Let's see this y-intercept. The y-intercept is -6. So these will intersect in exactly no places because they have this different y-intercept, same slope. And finally, we have -2a plus 18a, so that's 20a. -20 plus 12, that's -8. -8 plus 4 is -4. Let's see if I did that right. Oh, sorry, -2a plus 8, that's 16, my bad. Oh, see, never happened. So we have 16a, because negative 2a plus 18a is 16a, is equal to 10a plus 6a is 16a, 16a, and then I have 8 minus 13. 8 minus 13 is negative 5. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. So therefore they have the same slope, different y-intercepts, which means they are parallel lines. They will have no solution. All right. Here we go. Problem number 7. Monica and Lauren know that they will need a lot of money in order to purchase this purchase is necessary for a successful bakery when they decide to save money each week. And once each person has contributed an equal amount to the bakery's checking account, they will have enough to move forward with their business. Monica does not intentionally put any money into her account, but plans to deposit $153.46 per week. Lauren decides to put an initial amount of $128.90 into her account plus deposit with an additional $127.68 per week. Develop a model to determine the number of weeks it will take for the girls to have deposits of equal amount of money. Based on the model, enter the total amount of money in the joint account after the correct number of weeks. Now, if this was an actual park problem, they would actually have you enter the equation for that model, but they don't, so we won't. Here we go. This is another systems of equations problem, and we're going to write these equations as slope-intercept form equations. So we have money is equal to $153.46 per week, whereas Lauren is going to have $128.90 plus her savings per week. And we want to find out when these two things are equal. So we end up with 153.46W is equal to 128.9 plus 127.68W. Okay, subtract 127.68W from both sides. And I'm going to pull up the calculator here just because we're allowed to. And so we have 153 minus 46, because I'm subtracting one. Oh, what am I doing? Because we're subtracting 127.68 W. I want to write it on both sides. So 153.46 minus the 127.68. And so we get a difference of 25.78 and W. So in other words, that's the difference per week that the girls are putting in. And so we want to know when that's going to equal 128.9. So 128.9 divided by 25.78, and that's 5 weeks. Oh. All right. So then, based on the model, enter the total amount of money in the joint account after the correct number of weeks. So we know it's going to be 5 weeks. But that's not what they're asking. They want to know how much money is in the account after 5 weeks. So I'm going to plug the 5 weeks into this equation here, and then I'm going to double it because each girl is putting that amount in. So 5 times 53.46, and each girl is putting that in, so times 2, and so we get $1,534.60. And I would include the 0 for the cents because this is money we're talking about. Okay. Since it's not showing the results when I go to the end anyways, I'm not going to type them in. All right, moving on to problem number 8. All right, so this problem is probably the longest problem. We're trying to figure out which systems can be solved with the point -3, 2. Now there are two ways we can go about doing this that would be reasonably efficient. We can either plug in -3 for x and 2 for y to all of the equations and see if we get a solution, in other words, if it works. But that's probably still a lot of work. The other way to do this is to solve each equation and see if we get an answer of -3, 2, which I think will be a little bit faster. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's start out with the first one. Well, I want to get rid of one of the variables, so I'm going to multiply the top one by 4. Incidentally, you could multiply the bottom one by 2, it would be fine. And so we get 24x minus 4y, getting my opposite, is equal to 60. Well, these cancel out. The difference here, I'm going to have to write over here, the difference here is going to be 50, 42. And that's 21x, so that x is going to be equal to 2. Right away I can tell that's not going to work. So I can eliminate that one. Because eliminating things is fun. Wow. Alright, for the second problem, I want to eliminate the y's, so I'm going to multiply this whole thing by -2 to create my opposite, so I get -4x, -2y, +8. So I subtract, so I get -x is equal to, these cancel out, is equal to 3, so x is equal to -3. This looks promising, but we're not done yet. So I'm going to substitute x, -3 in for x over here. So I get 2 times -3 plus y is equal to -4. So I get -6 plus y is equal to -4 plus 6 plus 6. So I get y is equal to 2. We have a winner. Oh, that's the wrong tool. All right, next problem. Let's scroll down a little bit. All right, only 4 more to go. Gotta love it. All right, so I'm going to multiply everything here by -4 to eliminate the x's. So I get -4x times -32y. So that's, if that was 20, that'd be 80. 80 minus 4 is 76, so that's -76. And so I will subtract, or sorry, I will add. These cancel out, so I get -37y, because add those together, you get 37. Over here I get -74. And lo and behold, y is equal to +2, because I divide both sides by 37. This looks promising as well. So I'm going to plug in 2 for y into the top equation, because it'll be shorter. So I get x plus 8 times 2 is equal to 19. So I get 16 is equal to 19 minus 16 minus 16, and I get x is equal to +3. Wah, 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 wah. Alright, so I'm going to strike this one so I don't do it again. Alright. Moving on to D. Let's multiply this whole thing by 5 to cancel out the y's. I could multiply the bottom one by 4 as well, and that would work. So we get 40x times, or plus 5y is equal to, oh really, so that's 100 plus 10, so it's 110. And so let's add those together. So we get 38x, the y's cancel out, right? And we get 114, and right away I can tell I'm going to end up with a positive x value. So I'm not going to go any further. It's probably 3. It is 3. X equals +3 again. All right. Gotta make fun when there's no fun to be had. So we're making fun sound effects. All right. Let's multiply them by 4. So we get 4 times 5 is 20x. So we're going to end up with 21x. Minus 4y, that cancels. And then is equal to negative 4 times 7 is 28, carry the 2, 6. All right. All right, so divide by 21, divide by 21. I don't think that goes in evenly. Nope. I'm just going to double check my math is right. 17 times 4. Yeah, all right. No such luck. All right. So if this is a multiple select, I'm really hoping this one is going to work. All right, so for this one, I'm going to multiply the bottom one by positive 2. So I get negative 4x plus 3y is equal to 18. Just rewrote the equation. So I get 4x minus 14y is equal to negative 40. So these cancel. I get negative 11y over here because it's 6 o'clock on a Friday and I'm tired. I'm going to use the calculator. Sorry. 22. Negative 22, so y is equal to 2. This looks promising again. All right, so let's plug that in. To the other, I'm going to use the top equation. So I have negative 4x plus 3 times 2 is equal to 18. So here's 6. Negative 4x is equal to 18. And so negative 4x is equal to 12. So x is equal to negative 3. We have a winner! Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. I'm so tired of this problem. Probably nothing compared to you. All right, so there we go. Boy, that better be right. All right, question. Which one of these equations has one solution? Select 3 that apply. Okay, so we know we have 3 answers. Great. So only one solution means that they are not parallel lines. All right, so all we're looking for slope. That's all we need to know. And right now I can tell you that these are parallel lines because they don't have the same number here, but everything else is the same. Therefore, this does not work. Next problem. All right. So I noticed that this one is, well, let's find out. So I'm going to get into y equals mx plus b form. And this is going to end up having one point of intersection because, so we have 8y is equal to negative 6x plus 65. I divide everything by 8, divide by 8. Clearly, I'm going to get a different y-intercept than when I divide 6 by 9. Sorry, a different slope. And we'll get a different y-intercept. So this clearly is going to have one solution. All right, next problem. All right, so I'm going to get the y by itself. So over here we have 8x minus 41 is equal to y. I just rotated those. I'm starting to use shortcuts because I'm tired. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So we get 4x minus 20.5 is equal to y. All right, let's look at this other equation. So we end up with 16x minus 82 is equal to 4y. So let's divide everything by 4, and we get 4x. This is interesting. 82 divided by 4. These are the same lines, aren't they? They have the same slope. We know that these are going to have an infinite number of solutions. So we can get rid of this one, mama. All right. Let's take a look at this one. So right away I can tell that their slopes are not going to be the same. Because when I divide 9 by 3, I'll get 3. So this one has a slope of 3. Divide this by 3, and I'm not going to have a slope of 3. So that means I'll have exactly one solution. Thank goodness I don't have to actually find the solutions. I just need to be able to tell whether they have one or not. Clearly this one's going to be the same line. That's more than one solution. And so if I'm clicking 3, there you have it. All right. That one ended faster than I thought. Woohoo! Last one. Saving the best one for last. I couldn't believe when I saw this problem. It just seemed too perfect. I didn't write it. Kirk and Nate are members of the same basketball team. So far this season, the team has played 2 games. In the first game, Nate scored 5 times as many points as Kirk. In the second game, Kirk scored 3 times as many points as Nate. If Kirk and Nate have both scored a total of 42 points, which of these is a number of points that either Kirk or Nate have scored in a game this season? Select 3 that apply. Which of these is the number of points that either has scored? Ah. All right, so here we go. So first we know that in the first game, n is equal to 5k. In the second game, we know that k is equal to 3n. All right, and we know that we scored a total of 42 points, which means that, all right, so that means that n minus 5k is equal to 42, and I know that k minus 3n is also equal to 42. So I can go ahead and solve this. But I don't feel like it. But I will anyways. I'm sure you don't feel like doing this either. And my gosh, this video is long. Alright, so here we go on with the fight. So let's start with the first one. Let's say 12. So 12 is the smallest number of points, so that would have to be here. So if Kirk scored 12, it's 12 times 5 is going to equal 60. That doesn't seem right. So let's reread this. 5 times as many points. First game, 5. So if we scored 5 times as many points, that's a lot of points. And we're trying to get a total of 84 points. So